Good morning students. Today we are going to start with properties of vector product. Yesterday we have done dot product or scalar product, properties of scalar product, and we have defined the vector product. Today we will start with the properties of the vector product. The first property of vector product is it is anti-commutative in nature. जो स्केलर प्रोडक्ट या डॉट प्रोडक्ट है इट वॉज कॉम्यूटेटिव, मतलब a dot b was equal to b dot a, but in the case of the vector product a vector cross b vector is equal to negative of b vector cross a vector. Now the second property is distributive nature. The vector product is distributive as the same way as the dot product, that is if we have three vectors a vector, b vector and c vector, and we have to find the relation a vector cross b vector dot c vector, then it is equal to a vector cross b vector plus a vector cross c vector. Now the third property is if the two vectors are parallel or anti-parallel. In case of parallel vectors, the angle will be equal to 0 degree, and in the case of anti-parallel vectors, the theta will be equal to 180 degree. Now, either the vectors are parallel or anti-parallel, the cross product value is 0, as the value of sine at 0 and 180 degree is equal to 0. Next is fourth property is vector product of the vector with itself, that is a vector cross a vector. It is equal to a into sine 0. Again sine 0 is 0. So the vector product of a vector with itself is equal to 0. Next property, fifth property is when two vectors are perpendicular to each other, that is the angle between them is 90 degree. If angle between the two vectors is 90 degree, then their cross product is equal to the product of magnitude of the two vectors. Next we have orthogonal unit vectors. Now in this we know that we have three unit vectors, I cap, j cap and k cap. I cap is the unit vector along x-axis, j cap is the unit vector along y-axis and k cap is the unit vector along z-axis. Now if we take the cross product of the two unit vectors, that is one along the x-axis and the other along the y-axis, that is I cap cross j cap, then it is equal to the magnitude of the unit vector is 1. So it is equal to 1 into sine 90, because between x-axis and y-axis the angle is 90 degree, into n cap. N cap is a unit vector which is perpendicular to the plane of x and y. अब x और y के perpendicular कौन सा plane होता है हमारे पास? Z. So I cap cross j cap will be equal to k cap. Similarly, j cap cross k cap is I cap, k cap cross I cap is j cap. अगर हम रिवर्स में लेंगे, हमें पता है जो क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट है इट इज एंटी कम्यूटेटिव. सो अगर हम रिवर्स लेंगे, j क्रॉस i करेंगे, सो द नेगेटिव साइन विल बी इंट्रोड्यूस. सो इफ वी टेक i, j and k in clockwise direction, we have plus sign, and if we take I, j and k in anti-clockwise direction, we have the negative sign. Next we are having rectangular components of cross product. Now we are having two vectors a vector and b vector, which are represented in the terms of rectangular components as ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap, and b vector is equal to bx I cap plus by j cap plus bz k cap. Whenever you have to find the cross product of the two vectors in the terms of rectangular components, what you do, this bar is known as a determinant. We write the two vectors in the form of a determinant. In the first row, this is row 1, row 2, row 3. This is first column, second column and third column. So in the first row, we write I cap, j cap and k cap, and in the second row, we write the magnitude of I cap, j cap and k cap of vector A, and in the third row we write the magnitude of I cap, j cap and k cap of vector B, of the second vector. Now how to solve this determinant? First of all, you will write here I cap. You will leave this row, leave this column and write the other four terms, that is AY, AZ, BY, BZ. Next we have plus, minus, plus. So we will have minus j cap into, we will leave this row, leave this column, we will have AX, AZ, BX, BZ, then plus k cap. We will leave this row, leave this column, we will have AX, AY, BX, BY, and now what we will do? We will cross multiply them and subtract them. I cap किसके इक्वल होगा? AY, BZ minus AZ, BY minus j cap into AX, BZ minus AZ, BX plus k cap into AX, BY minus AY, BX. So this is the thing. So इसको हम समझेंगे एक example से. This is the example. Here we have been given two vectors, A vector and B vector, and we have to prove that these two vectors are parallel. अगर हमें इन्हें parallel show करना है, means we have to show that their cross product is 0. So first of all we will find the cross product of A vector cross B vector. First of all we will write the determinant here. Here we have I cap, j cap, k cap. So इसके A के हम magnitude यहाँ लिखेंगे 2, -3, -1 और B के क्या क्या है? -6, 9, 3, -6, 9, 3. अब हम इसे solve करेंगे. We will have I cap into, अब leave this row, leave this column. We will have -3, -1, 9 and 3 minus j cap into, leave this row, leave this column. We have 2, -1, -6, 3 plus k cap into, leave this row, leave this column. We have 2, -3, -6 and 9. Now we will cross multiply them and solve. When you will solve it, you will get the answer as 0. So as the cross product is 0, the vectors are parallel.